Happy Saturday. So, I want to say to you guys that I literally was talking to someone last night and they said they were against the church because every time they turned on YouTube or looked at TikTok or Instagram, they saw negativity. They said to me that when they were, they kind of felt like upset with the church because pastors would be demanding money or degrading people and they just didn't like that, or they constantly talked about politics. And I was like listening to what they were saying, and I just said to them, let me tell you guys something. When you go to church, you're going for you and God. You're not going for the pastor. You're not going for the congregation. You're not going for the piano lady. You're not going for the people in the choir. You're going for God. And so, yes, while every church may not be perfect, they may have issues and they may have a lot going on with the pastor or whatever the case may be, but you're not there for them. And whatever these people in the church are doing that are not wrong, they got to deal with that when God comes home. They got to deal with that. We can't worry about those people. So when you essentially are going to church, you can't think about how corrupted it is or what's going on in the church or what's happening in the church. Because at the end of the day, it's also up to you to know discernment and pick the best church for you. I love my church. It's a small church and I love it. I left a bigger church to go to a small church and I have no complaints. I love the pastor. I love his wife. I love their daughter. It's just an amazing church. I love the people in my church. But I have heard other people talk bad about churches or things that they've encountered in churches, which I totally understand. But I feel like you have to look at it as you're not there for those people. You're there for you and God. That's who you're there for. And you can't let what's happening in other churches deter you from church or turn you against church and make you think that every church is the same, because that's just not true. And I think that that's what makes a lot of people go away from churches, because they feel the judgment in churches. They feel the hypocrites in the church. They feel like churches push them away from going. But I want to say to everyone, don't allow what some churches have going on to make you not want to go to church at all. Don't allow what some people do in the church to make you feel like you can't go at all, because no matter what church you go to, it's always going to be something you're not going to like. There's always going to be some old lady in the congregation who's judgmental, who says stuff that shouldn't be said, but you have to just ignore that and realize the reason why you're there. And focus on your relationship with God, because not everybody's relationship with God is the same. And your one should be the one that you should really focus on. So don't let outside things deter you from going to church. Don't let these things make you get against the church, because not every church is the same. And your relationship with God is your relationship with God. And you have to remember that when you choose to step into the church. That's all I'm saying, y'all. So just remember that.